As of January 31st, we had 136 local conversations around the United States and Canada. Our goal is to have 1,000 local conversations by the end of December 2026. That is both an ambitious goal and completely within reach. And I'll talk about why, and I'll talk about why we think that is so important. I'll show you what 136 local conversations looks like on a map. This is from, as I mentioned, a couple weeks ago. So this is, and so some things have shifted slightly. There are some that I've actually removed from the map because they're no longer active, we discovered, but others that I've actually put on. And so, but this is roughly what it looks like. And I'll explain what the different colors mean. When I say 136 local conversations, what I'm counting the blue pins and I'm counting the red pins. The blue pins are the local, like the very local conversations, the ones that are working in a very particular community. The red ones are more regional. They're working across maybe a county or multiple counties. The green ones are actually just Slack channels. These are, we have public Slack channels that are place related. And so I wanted people to be able to find those Slack channels in here, but I don't count those towards the local conversations. This is 136. Let me show you now what 1,000 looks like. So that is actually 1,000 pins. What I did, this is what 1,000 conversations could look like, because what I did simply was I found like the largest 800 towns and cities in the US and the largest 200 towns and cities in Canada, and I put it into a map. So this is what it could look like. But look at this coverage. The reason why we think that 1,000 local conversations is actually very attainable. One is we have a huge audience where our content is reaching 2 million people per year. And there is just so much momentum right now for the Strong Towns movement. But here's another reason why we think that this is totally attainable. This is a map of the 542 people who have reached out to us in roughly the last year and asked about starting a local conversation. So each one of these pins represents somebody who raised their hand and said, I want to start a local conversation where I live. And so there is a huge amount of interest in the broader Strong Towns movement for people who want to connect with other Strong Towns advocates where they live, talk about the Strong Towns approach, and then put it into action where they live. This map does not look that different than this map. And so I find that encouraging. This map is theoretical. This map is really not theoretical. Now, not all of these folks will eventually go on, of course, to launch a local conversation where they live. But each one of these pins represents somebody who does want to connect and get going. And it's not unusual for us to get 10 or 15 additional requests per week from people who want to get something started. In fact, I'm getting so many requests now that part of what I do is I actually say, hey, I had 4 people from Fort Worth in the last couple of weeks who want to start something up. I'm going to connect the 4 of them. So that's very, very exciting.